Hello everyone, welcome to Prelims Mahasangram. I am Ravi Ranjan, your war commander, and this is the first video of Tikdam Art of Elimination. Prelims Mahasangram is a daily target based initiative where you will get to play with your favorite war commanders. We are providing not just one but three specialists to prepare you for your UPSC Prelims. Here we will provide you with your daily target along with the sources and we will tell you on which area to focus more. Other than that, we will provide you evening sessions based on questions and answers. Then there will be Tikdam lectures and those who will perform best, they will get to interact with the mentors over Google Meet on a weekly basis. So are you ready? Now that the battleground is ready, the question is, are you ready for the battle? Now, let's start. So, first of all, elimination rules. Basically, elimination works in two ways. First is logic. This is very effective and accuracy is very high. You can rely on logics. Second is rules. Rules are also very effective. Accuracy is good, but we cannot rely on rules because sometimes we have to compromise with the rules and we have to follow the logic. Now, let's see how logic and rules can help us solve the problems. Rule number one says that whenever we get the name of one or multiple organization in one statement of a question, then such statements are usually incorrect. For example, in this question, it says, with reference to water credit, consider the following statements. It puts microfinance tools to work in the water and sanitation sector. It is a global initiative launched under the aegis of WHO and World Bank. It aims to enable poor people to meet their water needs without depending on the subsidy. Now, in the statement 2, if you will see, it contains the name of two organizations. One is WHO and second is WB. Now, if we eliminate statement 2, we can eliminate option A, B and D and we are left with option C. So, we can directly get the answer. Now, you can try this rule in other questions in PYQ. Here is the second question. With reference to Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, consider the following statements. AIIB has more than 80 member nations. India is the largest shareholder in AIIB. We know that India's economy is not that too strong where it can be the largest shareholder in a financial institution. Then third one says AIIB does not have any members from outside Asia. First of all, remove statement 2. Now we are left with option A and option C. That is 1 only, 1 and 3 only. Now take a look at statement 1 and statement 3. 1 says it has more than 80 members while 3 says it does not have any members from outside Asia. Total number of countries in Asia could be what? 48 to 50? Right. Then either statement 1 is correct or statement 3 is correct. Because if there are more than 80 members, means there are members outside Asia. But if there are no members outside Asia, then the number of members are less than 50. Now we do not have any options, only 3. Means the correct answer is A, 1 only. Because 1 and 3 will not come together. And B and D are already eliminated. Then next question is on Maternity Benefit Amendment Act 2017. Statement 1 says pregnant women are entitled to 3 months pre-delivery and 3 months post-delivery paid leave. Enterprises with creches must allow the mother a minimum of 6 creches visits daily. Term must and minimum are extreme, so you can eliminate this statement. Now, if we eliminate this statement, A, B and D are eliminated and we are left with only C. That is 3 only. Next question. If a particular plant species is placed under Schedule 6 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, what is the implication? Read the question carefully. It says Wildlife Protection Act means they require protection. A license is required to cultivate that plant. Such a plant cannot be is an extreme word, cultivated under any circumstances. Both the statements are extreme, so we can eliminate this. It is a genetically modified crop plant. Why do we need to protect a GM crop? We can also eliminate this one. Such a plant is invasive and harmful to the ecosystem. If it is harmful and invasive, then we do not need to protect it. Okay. Now we can eliminate B, C, D, and we are left with only A. Next question is on blue carbon. Blue. Basically, we use blue for what? Ocean, water. Now let's have a look on the options. Carbon captured by oceans and coastal ecosystem. Carbon sequestered in forest biomass and agricultural soils. Carbon contained in petroleum and natural gas. Carbon present in atmosphere. Blue is directly related to A, oceans and coastal ecosystem. So we can choose A as the correct option. Which one of the following statement best describes the term social cost of the carbon? Cost. We know the cost means damage. Okay. Now let's have a look on the options. Long-term damage done by a ton of CO2 emissions in a given year. So statement 1 contains damage. Let's take a check if other statements contain damage or not. Statement 2 says requirement of fossil fuels for any country to provide goods and services to its citizens based on the burning of those fuels. Efforts put in by a climate refugee to adapt to live in a new place. Contribution of an individual person to the carbon footprint on the planet Earth. Only statement 1 contains damage and it sounds feasible as well. So statement 1, that is option A, is correct. Next is with reference to the period of Gupta dynasty in ancient India. The towns Ghantasala, Kadura and Chaul were well known as ports handling foreign trade, capitals of power kingdoms, places of exquisite stone art and architecture, important Buddhist pilgrimage centers. BCD. We have read a lot of kingdoms, a lot of art and architecture and pilgrimage centers, and we have never heard these names. Okay. Also, ports are favorite of UPSC. So go for ports handling foreign trade. Next question. What are the advantages of zero tillage in the agriculture? Usually, whenever we talk about possibility in a statement, those statements are generally correct. For example, can be. Can be denotes a possibility. Similarly, here the statement directly says sowing of wheat is possible without burning the residue of previous crop. Without the need for nursery of rice saplings, direct planting of paddy seed in the wet soil is possible. Carbon sequestration in the soil is possible. All of the statements talk about the possibilities. Means all the statements should be correct. So you can go for the option D. Next, according to India's national policy on biofuels, which one of the following can be used as raw materials for the production of biofuel? Cassava, damaged wheat grains, groundnut seeds. Groundnut seeds. First of all, we already import oil. Then groundnut seeds are expensive. So we cannot take groundnut seeds as a material for the production of biofuel. Now, if we eliminate statement 3, we can get the answer as A, 1, 2, 5 and 6 only. Next, with reference to pulse production in India, consider the following statement. Black gram can be cultivated as both Kharif and Rabi crop. Can be. Possibility means chances. This is correct. Green gram alone accounts for nearly half of the pulse production. Tuor might be possible, but green gram alone more than 50% sounds extreme. So we can eliminate statement 2. And now when we eliminate statement 2, we are left with only option A. Next is with reference to solar power pumps, solar water pumps. Consider the following statements. Solar power can be used for running surface pumps and not for submersible pumps. Okay. To run a pump, we need electricity. Does it matter how electricity is generated? Obviously, no. We just need the right amount. That's all. Okay. Solar power can be used for running centrifugal pumps and not the ones with piston. Does it matter what kind of pump are we using? We just need the electricity. That's all. And the right amount. It does not matter how we get it. So both the statements are incorrect. Under the Kisan Credit Card Scheme, short-term credit support is given to farmers for which of the following purposes? Working capital of maintenance of farm assets, purchase of combined harvesters, tractors and mini trucks, consumption requirements of farm households, post-harvest expense, construction of family house and setting up of village cold storage facility. We all know credit card is for short purpose. So can we buy a tractor, mini truck, or can we build up a cold storage facility using a credit card? Obviously, no. We can't even buy a bike using credit card. And here it is talking about mini trucks, tractors, and cold storage facility. So we can remove statement 5 and statement 2. Yes. So we will get the answer. Now, if we remove 5, we are left with option B, that is 1, 3, and 4. Next, consider the following statements. Saint Francis Xavier was one of the founding members of the Jesuit order. One of the founding members, not the only founding members. Okay, means maybe this one could be correct. Second one says Saint Francis Xavier died in Goa and a church is dedicated to him there. Okay, when something is dedicated to someone, it is named after him. Okay, for example, Aurangzeb Road was renamed after Dr. Kalam, or it was dedicated to him. Wheeler Island was dedicated to him. So if the statement was like this, that this church was dedicated to him, then it sounds correct. Otherwise, every city has so many, uh, places dedicated to someone. For example, in my city itself, there are 3, streets dedicated to Dr. Ambedkar Chowk. This statement does not sound correct or logical. So we can eliminate the statement 2 and we will get the answer as C. That is 1 and 3 only. Next, which of the following are detritivores? Okay, first of all, you need to understand what is detritivores. So detritivores, basically they are decomposers. Now, if you look at the option seahorses, does not sound like decomposers. So we can eliminate statement 4 and we will get the answer as 1, 3, and 5, which is C. Next, in case of which one of the following biogeochemical cycles, the weathering of rocks is the main source of release of nutrient to enter the cycle. Okay. So just think about carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, and sulfur. Which of the following can be released from the weathering of rocks? Phosphorus sounds more logical. Carbon, nitrogen, and sulfur, they are more like a gas. But phosphorus is found in solid form from the rocks. Next, which one of the following is a filter feeder? If you have heard the story how pearls are formed, then you should know that it's oyster, because the pearls are formed when the oyster fails to filter the incoming products and something gets into its body. Okay, then it starts to secrete mother of pearl and then it turns into a pearl. So it's oyster. Next, with reference to the New York Declaration on Forest, which one of the following statements are correct? It was first endorsed at the UN Climate Summit in 2014. It endorsed a global timeline to end the loss of forest. It is a legally binding international declaration. Something related to forest should not be legally binding. It is endorsed by governments, big companies, and indigenous communities. India was one of those signatories at its inception. India never signs anything at its inception. Okay, if it does, then it's always in news. For example, International Solar Alliance. India took the initiative. That's why everywhere we get to know that ISA. But New York Declaration on Forest, I think no one heard about it. Exceptional that anyone has heard about it. Okay, so India is not one of the signatories at its inception. Maybe India has signed or ratified, but at inception does not sound correct. So we can eliminate 5. Now we are left with A and C. So here comes the golden rule, which we are going to learn in the coming videos, okay, or the sessions that we are going to conduct on habitat. And by that rule, we can answer A as the correct. So this was all, guys, for today. If you have to register for Prelims Mahasangram, the link is in the comments. You can register. All the best. Thank you.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update from Civils Daily.